All right. Keys to dealing with negotiation. Have you guys ever had a negotiating class yet? You probably should look into it because you can become certified negotiators. There's all kinds of ideas and ways to do that. 4 key ideas when negotiating. One is you should always start with what the end is. You know, what's your end price? Like on Brent McLaren, when we did that, we knew where he wanted to end. That allowed us to know how to negotiate or where to negotiate. 2 was always come up with what we call throwaway. And this is a cool thing that you do is know what we can get rid of, what he's not a big deal so that he can surrender something. And the other thing that's a big pet peeve of mine is when somebody goes, okay, I don't want to pay 100 grand, I want to pay 80 grand. Okay, that's not negotiating. That's haggling. Negotiation means you're going to give up something and I'm going to give up something so that we're mutually moving towards a step. If you're just wanting to get the same thing I've got for a lower price, that's haggling over a price. That's not negotiating. You know, so you've got to be able to understand what's a throwaway. What can I give? Washers and dryers. You know, 119. Oh, we can't afford 119. How about 115? How about 119 and we'll give you the washer and dryer? You know, that's a throwaway. We know that we can use that in to help sweeten the pot.
So my client is such a haggler, which is quite a challenge. We put in the offer for, what, $35,000 less than what they're asking. And then she wanted them to pay closing and title fees. And wanted to give them 1 day to respond. You don't do that. Like, I
always know until you ask.
No, but I told her, you don't do that.
Yeah.
You
know, that's funny because you just heard the 2 competing theories on negotiation.
I don't think so, because you're just going to piss them off. They're going to be like, screw you, walk away.
All right, so at what point do you tell your client that's not a good offer? Well, I guess what I'm saying is at what point, is that your job, or is your job to obey and listen and write the offer, or is your job to actually guide them down the line and say, you know, I'll write that if you want, but I can tell you now in my past experience that ain't going to happen. Yeah. And you said your client's a haggler. There's 4 types of buyers. One of the buyers is called a thief, and that sounds like what you've got. Somebody that says, I don't pay the price listed on it no matter what it is. Those are obviously hard clients to deal with. The other side of that coin, like Dave said, you'll never pay less than your first offer. Think about that. You never pay less than your first offer because you can't go down. The question is you've got to make a decision as to where's that offer low enough to keep them interested and high enough to keep them interested and low enough to get a good deal. I had a client, we just went and looked at commercial space. They wanted $25 a square foot for the commercial space. My client said $12 a square foot. That's less than half. All right? I told my client at the time, this is not a good offer. We wrote the offer. We never heard back from the other agent. It simply was so low that they deemed it not only a bad offer, that they also deemed us not even worthy to negotiate with.
We did that last May. We looked at houses in Beach Grove, and I was going
On purpose?
Yeah, comparable by square footage of what the house should be. And they were asking 110, and they had already dropped the price from 119, but they were way out of range.
Yeah.
We offered 85, and they came back at 107, and my immediate response, 20 minutes, I said, no, just tell them no. Because I knew we were going to play this game. What happened was they ended up sitting on their house for 7 more months and selling it for $89,000.
Yeah, but not to you.
No.
Yeah.
Which was fine, because 2 months later we thought, God, I'm so happy we didn't do that.
That brings me to another point that I love to hear agents when they say that house is reduced 30 grand. Okay, so maybe it was overpriced to begin with. Just because you reduced it 30,000 doesn't mean it's a good deal.
Did you read the MyBoard thing today?
I have not today.
seller.
At 159?
Yes.
Oh, that was 2 days ago. Yeah, I read that one.
I saw it today.
Yeah.
And the guy didn't get any offers on his house, and then it was like, I don't know, 6 weeks later or something like that. And if I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. And the guy asked him what's going on. He goes, "We got the house price too high." He goes, I knew it 10 days into the deal. The guy ended up filing a complaint, and they found for the seller against the agent. Really?
Yeah.
Because it was priced too high?
Because
The agent didn't tell him to lower the price. He listed it at 159.5. They both thought that number was good
But then
when they listed it. 6 weeks later, they had no offers. The client calls the agent, and the agent says, well, yeah, of course you have no offers. I knew 10 days into it you were overpriced. And the client said, why didn't you call me? And the agent said, because it's been my experience that the only way for you overpriced sellers to learn your lesson is let the market teach you a lesson that you don't listen to us. That's how you have to let the market teach you a lesson.
Dude, do you want to sell a freaking house or not?
So the seller actually filed a grievance against the agent on 2 accounts. Article 1, Section 10, which says it's our job, and that's what I was just telling you about. Where does your job lie? They found him in violation of Section 1 because he did not come back and tell the client it should have been reduced based on his experience. They found him not in violation of listing it too high originally because both people at the hearing agreed that, yes, we agreed 159 was a good price. So when he wrote that price, he said, I believe that was good. It wasn't until 10 days later that I believed it wasn't, but he never did anything for the client. All right? And he said, something in there said, yes, you have to learn your lesson from the market. That's why I didn't call you. And they found him in violation of Section 1.
This commercial listing that I'm hoping to get, the agent that had it before had it only listed on MyBoard and not LoopNet or any of like the commercial sites.
Yeah.
Only on MyBoard. And the lady said that it was listed for a year. She had a year contract. And that she had people that found her through doing research to talk to her about the property because they had called the number on the sign multiple times and no one returned their call.
Yeah.
Could you sue somebody for that or bring up like?
Well, you could she would file against her agent almost in the exact same scenario.
What about like not
That
listing
she
it on-
didn't, I'm sorry?
I'm sorry. What about not listing it on a commercial site? Can they get?
No, you can't. There should have been a marketing plan that they discussed, but that's not really dictatable by the agent that you didn't do it here. You're a MyBoard agent, you put it on MyBoard. That's what I would expect. You know, if you didn't put it somewhere else, that's really not an actionable item. But where the actionable item is you had multiple phone calls you never followed up on. Your care for me was not, it was violation. I'm sorry, say that again? You can't.
The fact that they did research to find the owner of the property.
Yeah.
They got the owner's phone number.
Doesn't mean they called.
Well, why wouldn't they just call the number on the sign if they're willing to go through all that? You know what I mean?
I don't know. Why would anybody speed or kill somebody? They still do. There's another reason why. One of the other reasons why is maybe the buyer erroneously thought that if I could talk to the seller without the agent, I could lower the price of the deal commensurate to what he was paying the agent and get a better deal. Unfortunately, you can't argue logic in a lawsuit.
She said that he didn't return her calls either. Could you say like, I mean, I don't know, because
If you're not returning my calls and you're my agent, then
I'm just kind of curious
Yeah.
like, what someone can like bring you to court or file against you for, you know?
The answer is they can file against you for anything. You know, can they prove the court case? I don't know. But the one that you're talking about, yeah, specifically if the agent or if the client says the agent, now that's kind of proof. Hey, I want to file a grievance under Article 1, which says that you have duties to your client, and part of those duties are reporting to me. You did not report on any regular basis, nor did you report on anything that I asked you specifically about. So your care for my well-being, reasonable skill and care, was not exercised. they could file a violation, or they could fine for him.
You're gonna look for a dollar amount, right? Obviously, you're not taking someone. So
Not necessarily
Okay, so it could just be.
punitive. It could just be a punitive damage where they find that guy and say, okay, you need to take some extra hours of CE. They're not going to ever award the seller any money. First of all, our ethics committee is not a criminal court.
Right.
It is a punitive court, civil court, so to speak. If she wants money because she was harmed, she's got to go to a civil court and claim that he harmed me and I missed a buyer, and because of that I'm out money.
But she could take the judgment from the real estate to the civil court? No?
No,
She could say he was found guilty too.
he's not found guilty. He's found in violation of we're not judges. There is no guilty for that.
Speaking of are you on that now?
No, I'm not. I'm not on the committee. And remember, that's the ethics committee. That's not license law.
Okay, so it's different.
So it would go through my board's
Got it.
arbitration or mediation. It's not a license law rule. That is an NAR, that is an ethics rule that would go through probably my board where you would file a complaint. He didn't violate license law. He violated the NAR's code of ethics. Throwaways in negotiation always come from a position of power, and I think that's what Dave was just explaining a minute ago. And sort of Brent, my position is this. I'm not going to waver from it. You know, Dave knew it was 85. That he offered 85. They didn't take it. Okay, I'm done. All right, so that's the third one for the negotiation. And I love this one. This kind of seems to make no sense to me. How can you have win-win then if one comes from a side of power? Somebody told me once that a good negotiation is where both parties end up in a bad mood. I think about it, nobody gets what they want. He wanted 85, they wanted 119. You guys finally agree to meet somewhere in 92 or 3, both parties are upset, you know. So maybe it's a lose-lose situation where both parties lose. Earnest money. Earnest money. Who holds earnest money? Anybody you appoint. Remember, title company can. Especially if you're getting into large commercial properties where the earnest money might be $25,000, $50,000, you probably want your title company to do that. Not that the bank's not responsible for $500 means nothing more to them than $5,000, but a lot of times the neutral spot is a lot easier to hold. You guys got to have an earnest money account. Don't commingle or, what's the other one? Convert. Commingle says I can't put personal funds into earnest money or earnest money into a personal, or both of those are called commingling. What is the only personal account, personal money I can put into an earnest money account? Anything to maintain the account. It's like when you open an account, you need money, or it's got a monthly maintenance fee, needs money. You are allowed to put maintenance money in there, and that's about it. What about interest bearing or non-interest bearing? Which is the required? Neither one.
It's not. You can't make money off of it.
Didn't say I couldn't earn money. Said I can't make money off of it. I can earn money. I just have to pay it out.
Okay.
Pay it out. As the broker, I can't make money. I can't make a profit off someone else's money. My account can earn money. It just has to be given back to the person. Now, if you'll notice in the new agreement, I think there is something that says we can donate that money to a nonprofit organization, the interest, as long as the person that gave me the earnest money agrees to it. Right? Certainly.